First guest is the biggest star in the world's most popular sport from your Los Angeles Galaxy. Ladies and gentlemen, here's David Beckham. Wow. Have a seat.
Thank you.
That looks like a pretty lousy injury. It was a leg, I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
How did you injure yourself?
Playing for AC Milan, I stepped back and just heard the pop and felt down, and the foot was all floppy, and I realised I'd done my Achilles tendon.
Actually severed your Achilles tendon, yes. Snapped. And at what point did it come loose from the bone? Did it snap in two?
Straight away. As soon as I stepped backwards, I heard the pop and looked down, and I could feel the tendon curling up into my calf.
Wow.
Sorry.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. That's what people always say, that the thing just rolls up like a window shade or something, and that truly
yep.
was the experience. And perhaps the most painful injury an athlete can endure?
It's one of the most, I think.
Yeah.
It's not a good one to have.
And what were you doing? You took a step and it happened?
It was literally in the last minute of the game, and stepped back, and there it went.
And what about stepping back would cause that?
I think I'd been running too much in the game, and I was tired. A minute left, and it just went.
Yeah. Is it because you've played so much soccer in your life, or it could happen to anybody?
It could happen to anybody, but I think in the last 2 years I've been pushing myself pretty hard because I wanted to get into the World Cup and stay in the English national team, and I've been flying, obviously, from LA, playing there.
Right.
Flying back to Europe, playing there, and then coming back. So I think I've been pushing it quite hard, and it just gave up.
Now, explain to me, because as you know, Americans are pretty much soccer ignorant. Explain to me how a superstar, the face of European soccer, can play for a handful of different teams. Like the Yankees, you know, like Derek Jeter doesn't play a couple of weeks here and then go play for a team in Japan. You know, he pretty much plays here. Now, how are you able to do this?
Well, it was a loan spell that the Galaxy was kind enough to actually let me do in the first place, where I finished the season with the Galaxy and then played from Christmas onwards. It was meant to be for 3 months, but then it turned into 6 months. The Galaxy just let me do that because I needed to do it to stay in the English national team. And then I came back to LA, played the rest of the season, and then again went back the Christmas after to try and stay in the team to play in the World Cup.
Now, so that was your personal goal, as you wanted to compete for your home country again in the World Cup. Now, is the Galaxy, they must be pissed about this.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, they paid you an enormous sum of money to come to this country.
Yes, they did. And of course, you know, it's one of them things that just happened. You know, it's nothing that I could have prevented, or you know, it just was one of those things.
But even if you were playing for the Galaxy when it happened, they'd have been pissed about that.
Exactly. So wherever it would have happened, I'm sure they wouldn't have been.
Well, that's the kind of people they are.
But you know what? But they have always supported me since I signed the contract, you know, to allow me to do that, and then obviously give me the support that they've given me. Tim Lewicki from you know, the organisation has been, you know, tremendous with me. So,
but you know, it would be so great, and you're the guy to do it. One-legged soccer. Have you thought about it? Honestly, if you go out there and play on one leg, I mean, you're more than a hero now. Think of what that will do.
You know, I'll have a go. I'll try anything.
Okay, now let's take a look at this. This is the, yeah, it's like Thanksgiving at my house. This is the surgery on your Achilles tendon. So they gotta find it, they gotta roll it back down and reconnect it.
Yeah, well, what they did, they cut open the top of my calf, pulled the tendon back down, cut open my Achilles and reattached.
Hooked it back up. And is this one of those injuries where 30, 40 years ago, they could do it but not do it too well? Now I'm guessing they'll say you're going to be better than new with this surgery, right?
Yeah, they said as long as I follow the rules and don't try and rush back too quickly. Then I should heal well and be playing the start of November, even before that, I hope.
Just in time to go back to AC Milan. It's just, he can't catch a break. But, we've been trying to promote soccer, the beautiful game, and I can remember in the 70s, late 60s, something, Pele did much the same and came to this country, played for the New York, he was playing for Cosmos, and he came here and was playing for who was he playing for? The Cosmos, playing here for the Cosmos. Played for Santos in Brazil. And do you feel that soccer has, the stature of it has gained since then in the last 40 years or so?
I think definitely in the last 10 years, because I think the league back then, it was great. There was one team with all these stars in, like Pele and players like that. And but I think now the league is more stable. The game is more stable, and it's not as popular as obviously many other sports in the US, but it's getting there, and it will get there because it's such a popular sport with young kids around this country, and it's just about changing it and making it popular and making kids realise that actually there's a great future for
And for you, this was automatic when you were a kid. This is what everybody did, what everybody played. And what country is the origin of soccer? Is it Great Britain?
I believe it is, yeah.
You hear, if you listen to, which I do because I'm lonely and have no friends, I listen to the BBC. And if you listen to soccer scores, and I don't know if these are neighborhood teams, once the guy starts reading off the soccer scores, it goes on for 45 minutes. Are there that many teams that people follow in England and Great Britain?
Yeah. Around Europe, that's all people were interested in is soccer, especially in England. The Premiership, which is the league there, which is probably the biggest league in the world with soccer.
And if your team doesn't make the qualifying round, then they drop out of the Premier League. Is that what happens?
The bottom three of the league drop out into the lower leagues.
So it's a real penalty for having a lousy season and a lousy team.
I think teams that drop out of the Premiership lose maybe 40, 50 million pounds.
Yeah. And there is talk now that a lot of soccer teams, football teams, are in trouble financially, and they always cite Manchester United. Are they in particular financial dire straits?
I hope not, because I'm a Manchester United fan. But no, I think there's so much money in soccer these days, and there's always going to be that downside of big teams being in trouble, or many teams being in trouble. But Manchester United are the biggest soccer team in the world, and they're always going to be successful.
They would be the equivalent of the New York Yankees, a brand of a sports franchise known everywhere.
Yeah.
Also, there was I think it was the African League of Nations Cup, an African version of the World Cup that was held not so very long ago. And one of the teams, Toga, was driving to the competition, and there was a gun ambush.
Yeah.
And sadly, I think a trainer or the driver was killed and a trainer. So they said, okay, you don't need to tell us twice. We're not playing in the tourney. So they withdrew. The government called them home. And then they were fined and kicked out of the association. I mean, they got a guy killed on the way to the game, and they said, we're not playing. And they said, okay, well, sorry. Okay. But is that right or wrong? To have fined them and thrown them out of the federation or whatever?
Of course that's wrong. I think obviously it's a political thing that's obviously gone on there, but as a team and as a player, that if that happened, I know that as a team you stick together, and as an organisation you stick together, and if you believe that you're not safe, then you should do what you can.
Right. And in terms of the World Cup will be held in South Africa. So now, in terms of the spotlighting, the attention of the world on South Africa, a country certainly not without its social problems historically, and security being a question, we hope that everything will go well there, don't we?
I think it'll be a very successful World Cup. I'm a big fan of the country, and I've always had, so many fans from there as well. So I think the organisation will be second to none, and I think it will be one of the best World Cups.
Technical question: how come it is nobody ever seems to know how much time is left in a match? What is that?
I really
could you put a stadium clock? Wouldn't a stadium clock help?
It would, but then you might have problems of players looking up all the time and not concentrating on
I've
the game.
actually sat there watching a soccer with a stopwatch and say, okay, there's 90 minutes. What? They're still playing. Okay, I guess I got it wrong. Who's keeping the official time?
The referee. He's the one that keeps the time.
And he likes to just goof around? I mean, what's his...
No. I hope not.
I mean, do you know how much time is there left in a match? Any given match, do you know?
If you don't know, you just ask the referee. It's simple.
So, potentially, you and the referee could be the only two people in the stadium.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Many of the stadiums have clocks now, so it's not a problem.
Good. Yeah, in the same way that we have a telephone that works. Now, will you be going to the World Cup?
I hope so. Obviously, I'm doing a lot of therapy at the moment, and if that goes well, then...
you think you'll be able to play?
Oh, no. I won't be playing, but as a supporter and as part of the team, the manager's invited me, but it's just, obviously, I haven't spoke to him about details yet, but it's literally about how my leg will be.
Well, good luck to you. Great pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you for having me.
I certainly hope you come back more. You come when you're playing for the Galaxy, you come here and play all the time?
Yeah,
How many times do you play in New York?
Once.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad we got that set up.
As you said before about me going back to Milan, I'll be playing for the Galaxy for the rest of the time now, for the rest of my contract. I've always honoured my contracts, and I'll do that with the Galaxy. And after that, we'll see what happens. But I'm very happy there.
Well, good luck with the leg. Good luck with the rest of the career. And say hello to your family for us. Thank you very much. David Beckham, ladies and gentlemen.